get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no longer. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But it's in, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the ready.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Oh, you got deep.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run. Sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready, set.
The 39-yard line.
Watch the back,
2nd and 5. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On the counter, it's Henry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 30 base.
53. Mike, 53.
3 bucks.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you.
Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one complete to Jordan Reed. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Armstrong, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
That's a big shot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. They'll look to throw here. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, these guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. These two teams all tied after one. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Armstrong. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Here's Wilson. Pass the 20. Complete. Smith has it. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Vincent Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He pitches it out. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, tight down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Dancing to his left. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll set up to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Let's go.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Touch 50, touch 50.
55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. That's right, man.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. On 1st down, Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Hey, we have you on the edges.
On 2nd down, it's Armstrong. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Got it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
70, Indy. I got you, big trip.
Right back to him on 1st down. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
30 base.
Stop your body.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams out.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This quarterback now just 1 for 5 since coming on, but that one gets him a 1st and 10 here. They'll run on first down. It's Armstrong. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the busy night for Henry continues. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
53, 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Kill, kill, kill.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
The 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. On first down, it's Armstrong. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's our time.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here we go. 50, play.
53, Mike, 53.
2nd and 9 now. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
2nd and 14. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Now, Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Got four down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 34 yards there and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
60 outlaw.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on first down. Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, you've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Back to throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Fielded at the 33. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check four.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Latavius Murray, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
I got one.
They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A huge play there on the screen pass. 51 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 16-yard touchdown run. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Let's get it.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll drop to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, under 10. Under 10. 10.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, standing just about on his own goal line. Kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Boyd. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.